There it is, M. Add it first time, you see, like, you see what I mean? Like, the idea is correct, but, you know, it's to finishing it. Fuck easy, bro.
Alright, you made it.
Yes, sir. My life is fucked, Mr. Murphy. I am fucked like no tomorrow.
Alright, let's go talk about it.
I know Mr. Watson emailed you, and you know I'm glad you could catch me up, and I'm sorry to disturb you on your chilling time, Mr. Murphy.
Nah, my chilling time has gone too long. I've taken a few days just to
Yes, sir.
unwind a little bit, catch up on things.
Yes, sir.
You know, they can get away from you. You know, your whole life can get away from you if you focus on this hustle, you know, too much.
Yes, sir. I 100% agree. So I'm gonna put it out there. I hope this stay between us, cause if I know you don't leak to cops, but even normal people, I just don't want this case to get out, cause the sensitivity of this case is very big, and
Speedy, your cousin paid me very well, and I got him well out of trouble.
100%.
And we have complete confidence in our relationship.
Yes, sir.
Let's put it that way.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to worry about anything.
Yes, sir. Mr. Murphy Brown, I'm the owner of La Fuenta Blanca, of course. You know what I mean? And fuck, man, I can't believe I'm saying this to a legit man, if that makes sense. Cause I have kept my circle very tight, sir. Very, very tight.
Only tell me what you're comfortable with.
I'll tell you this. Yesterday, I got pulled for a traffic stop at my own ranch. On my back, I had a gun. You know? This gun was an AR. Now, front of me, to my right side, a little bit to the head, was somebody picking weed. The person picking weed do not belong to the ranch, but of course they were picking weed for the VAGOS, correct? So, when the cop pulled me over for a traffic stop at the ranch, instead of shooting the cop, I thought to myself, I'd talk him out of it, cause maybe he don't see the weed somebody's picking a little bit more distance, correct? So I never got identified. I had my mask on, and the cop said, "Hey yo, give me that weapon, I'll let you go." That's it. And I gave them the weapon, and then he went away. I went inside of my ranch, sitting inside, on the downstairs. I have a 2-floor ranch, first floor and then a basement. I'm sitting inside of the basement. 15 minutes later, cops all pull up. And they managed to arrest this one person because, she was already destroying all the weeds. Does that make sense? So, like, it would be no proof left.
Right.
They arrested the person. But the person, by the time they arrested, because I was downstairs, I could hear it. I kicked them from the ranch on the spot, right? So, like, by that time, they didn't know who that person was even to check the records to see if they belong there or not, correct? So, they arrested the person. And they didn't raid the ranch. They raided outside. An hour later, they come back again, and now it's a full raid. They are raiding every room, every door. Outside of the ranch, there are these, I call it auction cells, but they are / prison cells. Inside of this, there is a crate inside of one of them. They ask me for a key, which I do not lie about. I did not have the key. They push it, say, you have to have the key. You gotta find the key. I said, I do not have the key. I did not have the key. That is a fact. By that time, all my ranch is cleared. My stores are clear. My houses are clear. Like, there is nothing anywhere linking me to any crime. Correct? And the guy that I gave the gun to, he did not identify me. That's why they never arrested me till now. Now, that crate, they tried hard to get into. They brought D bombs or some shit. I don't know. They brought some bombs from PD, started bombing the container, and they couldn't solve it because apparently they can't do their own hack. And they called me and was very mad and said, I have to open it. That is the law. And I said, is it my fault that you don't have training? And they said, yeah, we don't have training. And
Of course they don't.
they started tweeting out. I don't know if you can get the Twitter, sir, if you can go back. But they started tweeting out and stuff, looking for people to help them to get through this. You know?
So like hiring.
They were hiring
hackers.
criminals to come and hack for them. Which I think is insane. Which I tweeted out that anybody doing this is a goddamn snitch and I will take care of them myself. You know what I mean? So I don't think they managed to get a criminal to do that, like successfully at least. Because today...
This is Los Santos. This is Los Santos. You do that. You do any work for the one time, you're pretty much, your name is dead in this city.
Exactly. And what happened it is today, apparently, like, bro, that's what I mean. I smoke all the time. I didn't know who I give the keys to. Apparently, there's a, let's call it a friend of mine. He was like, hey, yo, Speedy, I went and cleared out the stash. I'm like, huh? They're like, yeah, man, I had the key. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know. But apparently, there were guns in that container, but they never got through the door because they're too stupid. You see? So, no proof there. Now, here is the part where it becomes very sensitive, Mr. Murphy. My ranch is 2 floors, like I told you. Main floor and basement. Mr. Murphy, we go way back for many years. You know for yourself that I am deeply involved, not in the streets, but bigger than streets normally here and there. You know what I'm saying? I keep my chest tight, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not your regular, street fucking guy,
Well, your cousin's the same way. He likes to keep his name clean.
And let's just say me and my cousin and my family, we have worked a long time to get to where we are. And I have a secret room in that ranch. Inside of that secret room is my work. Mr. Murphy Brown, I don't know. You think we've been taped here? Think anybody can tape this and use this legally in court?
No. Not a
You
chance.
think they can throw it away?
Here's the thing. There's privilege and then there's not privilege. Basically, you can tell me whatever you think is fair to say the police know, and that all falls under privilege. If we get into things that you're not yet suspected of, then privilege becomes a little less.
Should I tell him everything, Chad? I feel like we trust him like that. We fucked anyway. He needs to know.
At a certain point,
he needs to know every detail so he can work it.
Co-conspirator, you see.
Yes, sir.
Now, with that in mind, is it likely that anyone is overhearing this conversation to the point where that would become an issue? I don't think so. This is my office. Unless they have a warrant and a subpoena to bug my office, then that's unlikely to hold up in court.
Yes, sir. Well,
and I locked the door.
That being said, sir, in this secret room, I have a homemade bench. You see, for many years, I've been working for the cartel. But the last year, because of my work and how good I have been at it, I got the opportunity to become my own cartel. Same reason I moved to the ranch. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
La Fuente Blanca was kind of like my, my stepping stone that I'm growing up from the south side. I'm still leader of the gang, but I let the gang mostly run independently, It's more like seeking advice and supplying people with whatever they need. Inside of that room, I had a homemade bench with some pictures, let's say, of how to put together, everything. But I mean everything, Mr. Murphy.
Manufacturing
Tell about
contraband, probably guns.
Kalashnikovs, Granadas, Dragonovs, whatever. Now, I did not keep all the pictures there. I only kept the base picture. The base picture is Uzi, Mac, lockpick, dagger, and knuckle dusters. That is what I can
And
call a basic picture.
And I'm assuming the rest are probably at some other site they haven't found yet.
The rest is somewhere they cannot find. Not possible. Because the rest is in my big ass brain.
Oh, okay. So you burn the documents after you memorize them. Pretty smart.
Yes, sir. Now, sadly, the reason I did not burn the first documents is I look at myself as a teacher sometimes, and I kept these original pictures so that it would remind me how to teach others if I need to do this. You get me?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, problem here is, listen, this till last week was not in the ranch. I moved it there, sir, because this building have taken me years to build. This secret, my boy's been inside of the ranch for many months now. They have not discovered these, let's call it fake walls, you know? Nobody have. Nobody. There is no angle to like look in. There is in a basement, behind a wine rack, or a window, like a mirror. You get me?
Yeah.
And the police have managed to blow it all up and found my room, the first raid I'm getting at the La Fuente Blanca. And that is the whole truth, sir. Right now, in my like from my angle, I don't have a warrant. My ranch is fully closed. It says police like impound or whatever. And there is a man who likes to pretend that he's a cop. And he went inside of the PD meeting today. And they confirmed, they said that they have found a bench and they are working to put a huge warrant for my arrest. That is not out there yet. But I have not been found in the room. I have never had gun trafficking, never been charged for gun trafficking, never sold any guns like that they have caught me for.
Can we back up for a minute? So you got motherfuckers actually dressing up like cops and sitting in on the meetings? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna start getting some of these paralegals doing that.
Right? Smart, right?
That's pretty good.
Yes, sir. When the meeting is ended, they leave the meeting and the PD.
And nobody bothers with them.
There you go. So that's how I found out that they want to push to take my ranch away and most likely charge me for a charge that don't exist apparently in the city yet, and that is manufacturing of weapons.
How are they gonna charge you with something that doesn't exist yet?
Apparently at the PD meeting they said they're gonna make the charge and then charge me. I think so, right? That's what they told me, I think.
Alright, well that, I mean, that's like, that's insanely illegal. They're conspiring to create a charge just for you so they can enforce it after they pull the trigger on this thing? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Ex post facto. I mean, you can't, you know, they gotta charge you with what they can now, not with some new charge they custom make for the situation later. That's ridiculous.
And that's the thing, sir. The ranch belongs to me, but there is no proof that even I knew about the room. There is no proof that I am the founder and the creator. And I have never been caught for any gun trafficking offenses, ever. I don't know what to do, Murphy. I'm losing everything. And I have, let's call it, I have so much tools ready, but I do not, for first time in my life, I believe violence is not the key, because I feel like there is no case here attaching me except that I'm the owner of the place, you know?
Well, see, here's the thing though, is we made off big in the last case with your cousin, as far as like he owned the property, but they didn't connect the case to him enough, and that was the only thing that connected him to the case. You know what I mean? So he got off there big time. Doing that two in a row, when the two are supposedly affiliated and all, you know, you're related, it's just like you're gonna need the right judge for that case, after what we pulled off in the last one, because they're gonna be looking at it. It's like, oh, another Vagos, Hefe. It's like, oh, it's just my property. I don't know anything about what's going on in it. You know, it kind of is like we've already done that one very recently, so it's gonna be tough. How long do you think it's gonna take them to get into the thing?
They already have.
Oh, I thought they were
That's
still
what I
trying to
mean.
find.
No,
I thought
they
they were still
found it
trying to find
already.
someone to
They
do it.
already blew up all the walls and found it. That's what I'm saying. But there is nothing
Oh,
connecting me to it except that I own the property.
and you maintain consistently that you didn't know anything about it and you didn't have the code
Yes,
for it.
yes. They haven't told me. But even if they tell me, I will deny it all the way. Does that make sense? Like, that's my angle here. Deny, deny, deny. Because it's a secret room. What if the goddamn old owner used it? Or, you know, built it? I don't know. Like, you could have a secret room in here,
Yeah.
right?
So you would be screwed if you knew the code and you had opened it for them. So I'm guessing that's why you actually didn't know the code.
Well, that was for the container that they didn't manage to breach. This one, never anything. Like, basically, they
They
went
just
in
blew
and,
it up.
yeah, they blew up everything.
Oh, okay.
I guess they went downstairs and have most likely have blown up the wine rack or my mirror to go behind it, because that's the only two paths. And what pisses me off personally, this is the first time raid on the ranch, sir. I'm not stupid, okay? I might be high sometimes, I might be crazy sometimes, but I wouldn't put my most secret thing under the thing that, you know what I mean? Like, if I was gonna get me raided the first time they fucking get to my ranch and find it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we're here. And I feel like the whole world is against me. I'm telling you.
Have they interviewed you or anything? Asked you questions?
No, nothing. I think they're building up a big case to fuck me, and I believe we might be looking at years here in prison, in hold till till court.
No, I don't think you'd be held until trial on a non-violent felony. Even if it's weapons manufacturing, it'd be a tough sell. You'd at least get bail.
Now, have anybody in the city been found with any benches before or anything like that? Anything that could, be manufacturing? I don't think so, right?
Just meth tables and whatnot. First time hearing of something of this magnitude being potentially uncovered. Which is to say, you probably end up with one of these senators being in on this case. Someone of this size probably attract their attention,
What about my ranch? They said they want to take my ranch away. I cannot lose the ranch, Mr. Murphy. I never did a crime there. It's the first time any crime even happens there. Motherfuckers blowing up their buildings every day. There is no way they can take it from me, can they?
I mean, I'll tell you this. They're definitely going to put that on the table. That's going to be in the sentencing recommendation, to forfeit the assets that were involved in the criminal activity. But then even more so, they'd have to connect you directly to any criminal activity. If I was you, I would look over the case notes from your cousin's case, that guy who's been digging into you, and just make yourself aware of all of his.
Who was the guy who dig into him? Winston?
Winston. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was
That
there
way you can.
yesterday. It was Winston
You,
and the other guy, Dan Faley.
so yeah, you want to know all the ways they're gonna try to connect you to the Vagos and everything that they're into, and all the guns that Winston Walker's seen people with, and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna put that on you, so you need to be aware of like who he's seen you meeting with and who's been caught with
He
guns and
got
all that stuff.
nothing on me, sir. He been like a fat chick trying to fuck you for years. But he doesn't understand that it's not about the size, it's about the motion to the lotion. Basically, my point is, this guy been on my ass. I don't even know the guy, I don't even see the guy. And he have zero proof. And the only
One
proof
of
he
the
had
worst
one time,
detectives I've ever seen.
and I believe my cousin told me that this guy was supposed to stay away from VAGOS cases. And it's still on our ass, so I don't know what's happening.
Some of the worst detective work I've ever seen in that case, actually. Like for everything that he thought he had, it was all purely assumption. It's like, oh, there's people talking, they're in criminal conspiracy.
Well, he had my.
No
They had a
substance.
picture of. They had a Listen, they had a picture of a random guy with a mask, and they said, "Yep, it's Speedy." Like I couldn't even recognize myself on the picture because it wasn't me. I was like, "What the fuck?"
And the picture was like 180p.
Yeah, from like a fucking mile away.
Yeah, from some water tower someplace.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. So I think this guy, Murphy. What is the worst thing we can look at here, man? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? If we get somehow found guilty here for something they have no proof about.
You get found guilty on this. The worst case scenario is, long term, inside, and you lose the assets. That's the worst case scenario. I mean,
I'm
the
losing
worst
my
case
ranch. I
scenario
will
is
blow up
any
the whole
amount.
city. I'm telling you.
Yeah, worst case scenario in any event, any amount of time is that you lose the
Yeah.
assets.
I don't even consider that because I don't think like there is no way for me to lose that asset with the fucking like first time crime. I don't want to be that guy, but people have fucking wars in their fucking assets every day. For me, it would blow my fucking mind to take my assets away for the first time raid. Like I get it if I've been raided every fucking day, but it's the first time.
What do you have for like legitimate assets?
Uh,
Stuff you can put into something.
like what you mean?
Uh, I'm brainstorming a little PR
Putos
stuff.
frutos.
Okay,
Legit
so like,
asset is at the ranch too. They already went inside of the thing and didn't find anything. It's been legit since day one. It's been my passion project. Never had anything illegal in it ever, like in the bank accounts or anything. I still haven't cashed out since Putos Frutos got made because I want to keep it like a cool, legit company. You know what I'm saying?
well, I guess what I'm brainstorming here is, getting out in front of this thing if they're gonna charge you with it. Maybe get out there and like, you do like an anti-gun campaign. You know what I mean? Like go out there and be like, not only are these charges against me bogus, but I don't want guns
Anti-gun
on the
campaign.
streets of my neighborhood. Just like, I don't know, just spitballing basically. But there's got to be a PR win for this somewhere because like you don't have those kinds of charges. I wish I had my MDW. I could look you up, but I mean, what do you have on your record actually?
The worst thing I have is the use of class 3.
All right, well, I mean that's pretty
Normal.
does that use of class 3. I mean,
Listen.
if you're manufacturing weapons, right?
Yes, sir.
We've established that, and that's a charge that's been on your record. It stands to reason they're going to be like, well, not only is he fucking manufacturing weapons, but the evidence in his history shows he's likely able to make class 3s as well. That's not that is actually relevant and harmful to the case. We gotta not let them introduce that.
Well, they can't because, like I told you, the only pictures they have is the basic stuff: Mac and Uzi, dagger and knuckle duster, and lockpick. That's it. Nothing else.
So actually, let's hope that they try to escalate the narrative because then we can shoot it down. Like, oh yeah, they're trying to paint my client as someone who's making explosives and all this kind of stuff. Let me think. All right. I mean, they're definitely gonna want to interview you at some point.
Mm.
So you gotta be prepared for that, and they're probably gonna try to put you on some kind of hold after they're done interviewing you.
I don't want to be in
But I
prison
mean,
for weeks, bro.
I'm not like an investigative hold or something. Like if
Yeah,
they want to
man.
continue raiding other stuff, do you have any like? Do you have any links to like warehouses and stuff that
I
they
have
might
links
find that
to
aren't in your name?
I have links to no warehouses, no nothing, but I do have links to like 20 companies at this point. But it's because I am a legit businessman most of the time. You get me?
Yeah, yeah. No, I got you.
Like I'm part of every
Obviously.
business almost because like I invest in a lot of businesses, but nothing shady though.
Is the link gonna be enough that any of these businesses might get search warrants on them?
Well, if they really wanna fuck with the clean, my clean boys like my boys, Lang and Dean and them, then most likely they will probably like attach all of them because we always hang out together and do stupid shit together. But do I believe that they also have anything bad? No, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, they do have a hard on for some of those guys. So I don't know.
Yes, and not only that is also I spoke with my people today in the barrio, and I told them that my second in command Miguel, I made him the official takeover for now. He will be running the Vagos, and I will be limiting my time around them or even representing anything yellow, if that makes sense. I just don't want them to build this
Yeah, lay low.
picture. Yes, because I don't want them to attach my boys because I know for a fact if cop fuck with us, like I might get couple months in prison, but my boys will be there for years. You get me? It have happened in the past
Yeah.
at Hell Weeks, where if I get caught or even Changyang people get caught, we get 200 months. My boys, bro, they got 7 years in prison. You know what I mean? Like they will fuck up the Vagos, and with all the turf stuff happening, I don't want anybody making move on my turf, if that makes sense, while I'm on the run.
Yeah. And you know, uh, it goes without saying you don't want to touch any class 2s right now.
I have a storage full of 50 grenade and like maybe 50 fucking class 2s. But it's not attached to my name or anything.
You don't want to go near that.
Yes.
All right, I gotta ask you something for your own for you, just for my own peace of mind. I've been involved in this other major case that PD's working. Is there anything that could connect you back to Michael Simone in all of this?
Yes and no.
Ah, god damn it.
I don't know Michael Simone. That's what I'm saying. I have no
Good.
idea about Michael Simone. Like I've
Good.
never met him,
You've
never
never been
approached.
in.
No, never,
Has
ever.
he
I
ever
don't know the
called
guy.
you?
Like I never seen him. But there is a case where one guy who's getting the blame for Michael Simone, Adam. You know this Adam guy?
Adam Prince?
Adam Prince. He had keys to
Yeah,
my
he's in
ranch.
some trouble.
Yeah, he had keys to my ranch, but that's it. That's the only connection.
All right, but Michael Simone has never called you, never.
No, but
texted
if
you,
I see
nothing
Michael
like-
Simone, I kill him right now and drag him to PD myself. Like I don't fuck that guy. I don't give a fuck. It's not my problem. Does that make sense?
All right, I'm just making sure because like
Yes, sir.
this is a big case that the PD's got a huge heart on about, and like with the Adam Prince stuff, it got me to wondering if there's anything that could link you to him.
Yes,
because
sir.
If they
No,
fold nothing would make them happier than to fold like one giant case into another and make an even bigger case. You know what I
nothing
mean?
to do with Michael Simone. Do I believe I will get the end of the stick of it, of all of it? Probably, because it's just my life. But no, I have never met him, never talked to him. To be honest, I don't even know how he looks like, straight up. I only heard the name because some of my friends have helped him escape or some shit, I guess.
All right. Just I had to ask you because
Yes, sir.
depending on which detectives end up fucking interviewing you eventually, that's probably a question they will ask.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you know Michael Simone? 100% they will ask you, do you know Michael Simone?
I'd be like, yes, that's his bench. Maybe that's that out, put it on him. Fuck it.
He said,
Yep, he built the room.
he said he would blow up the ranch if we didn't let him.
Yep, he built the room and put it in there.
No, I think that would probably fall apart pretty easily.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a wait and see situation now to see like they even have a case to push, when they're gonna push it, all that. But the main urgent concern for you is that the whole property's locked down in the meantime. So,
but how long can they have it locked down? It's been 24 hours. They unlocked my houses, but not the ranch.
They can get extensions and stuff for that. Have you asked them like how much longer
yes,
it's gonna be locked
Mr.
down?
Judge Sergey Kras. He said, Mr. Speedy, it's Sergey Kras. I'm getting information.
Mr. Who?
Sergey Kras. He's looking into it, and he still haven't responded back to me. Like he's talking with PD while it's closed down now, because PD don't know that I know that they found, you know, what they found. You get me?
Yeah, they haven't revealed what they have yet.
Yeah, and of course they're not stupid. They don't want to reveal it before the end. But I already know what's up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what can you prove though? It's in a secret room that I wouldn't even know about, me potentially, because I didn't build this house. I bought this house. You know what I mean?
So they gotta prove that, you know. They gotta prove somehow. They gotta connect something back to that bench.
But that's what I mean, Mr. Murphy. Just like, what you think with pure of this stuff you heard? Do you think if you were a cop, you think you would have a case, or not a case? If that makes sense.
If I were a cop, I would think I would have a case. I would probably press the case. They're gonna press something, but from where I'm standing, kind of neutral, I don't think it's a very strong case. Anything that's just built on circumstantial evidence is, you know, that can be argued against effectively is a pretty weak case.
Yes, sir.
So like you said, you know, it's a hidden room, it's a secret room, you know. So like, how are you expected to know about it? It could have been anyone who put it there.
What about even blueprints? Because I'm telling you, there is no blueprints probably of that room.
Blueprints?
Yeah, like house blueprints.
Yeah, where would I get those?
The government?
I don't know who to ask about house blueprints. I'll ask around about it though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We're going around blowing walls, going in anywhere, but you know, we don't even know the map layout of a house, correct? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically, we at least have a counter narrative for what they're going to be pushing. You know, which is that you're the mastermind.
Sad. This is like it's no pixel in one sum.
It's just as easy to say.
You know,
well, actually,
like
no,
you could literally follow blueprints and even do that role play,
one
but
side
no,
does not have more than
just
the
blow
other,
out everything.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
The only thing that sucks is that. All right, so when you dropped the class 2, did you like what happened after that? You had a mask on at the time, right?
I had mask on at the time. They left the property, and
they can't connect that class 2 that you surrendered back to you.
No.
All right, that's good.
Well, you know, they have never connected any weapons back to me, so I wouldn't know how they would suddenly do that, if that makes sense.
Because that would make the case harder if on the site of the ranch you had a class 2 that matches what can be produced by the bench, and were actually identified. But since you weren't identified, then all they really have is like,
and
you know, circumstantial.
And they met me, right? Like I said, like half hour later when they raided it, they met me. I was up there, right? Talking with them, everything. No arrest, no nothing. Because, you know, they're not stupid. They knew for a fact they didn't hide me either, probably. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, good.
Sorry, it's a class 3, by the way. I'm stupid because it's Dragonov. But still, no ID, no nothing.
Yeah, I think we can make this case work. It all depends on, I guess, what this Winston Walker guy wants to come up with as far as a story.
Fuck me in the fucking booty hole, fucking dry. That's what we want to come up with, man.
Yeah. We gotta make sure that we don't get that John Doe prosecutor for this case, though.
Who is it?
The guy from your cousin's case.
What's his face?
John Doe.
Wait, his name is John Doe?
Yeah, the book report guy.
But do you think the best scenario for us is to bring it up to the Senate? Because it is a huge case. It gotta be.
I have no doubt that we will not have to persuade the Senate to get involved. If they mean to get involved, we'll certainly know.
And would that be a good
pretty
thing for us
quickly.
or a bad thing for us, you think?
I've always gotten good decisions from the Senate. Actually, I've done all the Senate cases. They're pretty familiar with me. They like fucking with me. And win or lose, there's usually some benefit for me out of the deal, and for my
Yes, sir.
client out of the deal.
My biggest thing is I do not want to lose my ranch. And if I do, I think is the wackest thing possible ever. Because like I said, people have multiple shootouts at their, properties every day. Why would one crime, be enough to take my ranch away? It would blow my mind. Like literally. You know what I mean? Like it would blow
All I
my
gotta
fucking
do in the
mind.
case, all I gotta do in the case is bring up the outcome of the last case with Winston Walker, where the judge was like, "This is some of the wackest ass detective work I've ever seen. This is shit." Basically like reaming out the prosecution for just like not having it. And it'll be the same with this, because Winston Walker is like convinced of all the stuff that you and your cousin are doing, but he's got no evidence. He's got no proof. So they gotta actually tell a coherent story this time, that like you knew about the bench, you were delegating the entire thing, and they're gonna try to come up with like I'll tell you what they're going to try to pull into this case, which is like every Vagos who has ever gotten arrested with a gun that matches the type and the blueprints, they're going to bring that shit up. So anytime one of the homies gets caught with a Uzi, they're gonna bring all those reports, all those incidents into the evidence.
But that's what I mean. So nothing of that comes back to me though, because how are you gonna prove that it's my design? You get me?
Well, they're gonna plant a breadcrumb trail. You know what I mean? Along the way, there's gonna be like, okay, so it starts at this bench, then the end result is, some low-level Vagos gets picked up with an Uzi. He's distributing. The narrative is gonna be that you're distributing these weapons to your gang. They don't even have to bother trying to argue that you're selling to other groups or anything. They just have to demonstrate to strengthen their story that you are the top figure in the organization, and you are arming your organization heavily with the bench. That's why they want to go for weapons manufacturing, because they got no basis for trafficking. You're not transporting them. You're not found selling
but it doesning matter.
wholesale to other groups and stuff. All they got to get you on is that you're making them and are arming your own people. So that's going to be the angle they come at it with. Which again, it's a nice story, but they have to back it up pretty well to get the conviction.
What's my choices here, Murphy? What should I do, man? Should I just fucking go all out? Should I turn myself in? Should I cut a deal? Like, what should I do here, man? I don't know. But I don't want to lose my ranch.
Well, the ball is in their court. At least insofar as like having the ranch completely locked down is like, no longer reasonable. You want
is it even locked down? Cause I went there, I didn't realize if it was like blue tapes or not. It just said like locked down, police on it at every door.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to like contact the police and ask them.
So you think the best take here is to stay low and then see what they present and then take it from there?
Yeah, but obviously you want to be within reason. You want to be inquisitive. So when you're asking about the ranch, make sure that you're just asking questions. If they start asking you questions, you just ask your own questions that you're calling about or they're
well, like, this is where I want you to come in, right?
When is my ranch going to be locked down?
This is where I want you to come in, right? Now that they haven't made the charge yet, you can officially go represent me as a client and then start like basically telling those motherfuckers like what the fuck's going on with our ranch and shit,
Yeah.
And how much we talking about here, Murphy?
Well, what do you think is fair? for something of this magnitude.
If you get me out of the case and I keep my ranch and somehow don't go to prison for weapon trafficking, I give you $1 million. If you fail at it, I give you $100,000 and a bullet to the kneecap.
Bullet to the kneecap, come on.
Well, you know, maybe that one might be like, maybe not the bullet, but 100K if you fail, 1 million if you make.
All right, I'll do you one better than that.
Why?
All right, I'll take nothing if you lose the ranch, straight up, because that's an epic fail. You know, if I lose the ranch, then you know I wouldn't be insulted if you shot me in the kneecap, to be honest. But $1 million if I beat the case, and 250 if you keep the ranch.
Deal. Well,
all right, that sounds good.
Deal. How much percentage do you think there's a chance that they can even take away the ranch, you think? Like from your experience in this city with all the shootouts and everything happening.
Well, that depends. You know, is it easier for you to lose the ranch than it is to remove the bench from the ranch?
I can remove the bench from the ranch like in a second.
All right, well, then I'd say it's pretty low chance that they get the whole ass ranch.
Have anybody here ever lost a building, like for doing crime? Like actually, you know?
Not yet. No one's lost, like, you know, like Little Soul, Rooster's Rest, you know, a bunch of different places they've raided over time. You know, the gallery. No one's ever lost those properties.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about it, but if they make their case, I would consider it a possibility. So it's important that they just don't make a strong case.
This is the biggest property in whole Los Santos. I think they will try to, you know, do their best to fuck us. And if they do, Murphy, I'm telling you, may God save my soul, because I think the city won't like me so much anymore. I'll turn into a fucking evil creature like a goddamn golem.
But for now, you are a legitimate citizen who has an open heart for the people who grew up in your neighborhood, who may have been taken advantage of by someone yet unidentified, who used your property to do something under your nose, or you bought a property that had a hidden room. Nothing more, you know? Either of those narratives are just as likely as whatever we're going to be faced with, because it's all circumstance. It's all just, it's all speculative. There's nothing to back it up.
And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like finding something in a house don't mean, you know, they are the guy or the girl. Like, you know what I mean? People find old fucking shit in their houses, you know, all the time. They find, like, roof to addicts, you know what I mean? They find, like, fucking World War II stuff in, like, a fucking basement tunnel they haven't seen. It doesn't mean the fucking guy gonna get charged for fucking murder because somebody killed somebody in the goddamn basement that they hid, you know what I mean?
And the evidence backs up our side of the story too, because you did not have the code for that container.
Yeah.
If you gave it up, then their case would be stronger. But since you didn't have the code to this other thing, you didn't know about the thing behind the mirror either.
And now all we have to do is wait, I guess. Damn it.
Have you been brought in on any other bullshit with the VAGOS, you know, over the past couple of months?
I've always been eyeballing me, but no. Nothing have been attached to me. Like I said, have you ever heard that Speedy goes around, you know, sells weapon or makes weapon yourself, even like when you're chilling out outside of your office?
No.
There you go, you know what I mean? I've been very tight, very, very, very tight with my shit. And that's why yesterday when they came to raid me, I told my boys not to get involved, so we let them basically raid us. Does that make sense? If I knew, bro, this shit was at risk, I fucking kill everybody there and just prevent the raid, you know, and just move the shit. I didn't know motherfuckers was gonna find my goddamn no secret shit the first time they come to my property. In my opinion, Mr. Murphy, this is what I was expecting, if that makes sense, okay?
Yeah.
When I built this house, and this tunnel, in my mind, I was thinking, maybe the PD will one day raid me, right? And then keep raiding me, and then keep raiding me. Maybe raid me 2-3 times, and then realize that, what the fuck, every time we go there, there is nothing in there, but Speedy always have guns, correct? And then be like, let's go, maybe we need to like look at the blueprints, look at the house, whatever, find anything secret that we can know. Not that the fucking first time they're gonna come, they have like the best fucking detectives in the world that will just like instantly fucking know what's up.
Yeah.
You get the point, right? Like, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying.
Get the point.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't set up a 2 years fucking secret plan just to get busted. I'm not stupid, you know what I mean? Like, I might be dumb, but I'm not goddamn stupid. Like, if I knew that, then I would just put my fucking bench in the middle of the barrio and say, come and watch. Like, what?
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I mean, what's happened now. So, just gotta deal with it.
Well, you know, it's always like this, man. A lot of stuff have happened in the city, but you know, I'm the one dealing with it. What happened with Michael Simone? Did he get raided?
Oh no, they raid his shit on an ongoing basis. They got open-ended subpoenas and search warrants for that guy. I mean, he's been #1 fugitive for like 8 months now or something. So like
8 months? Bro, the guy probably fucking
like
wakes up from his grave once every 2 months. I haven't seen the fucking guy. I've been here for fucking 7 years. I haven't seen the fucking guy ever.
Well, the police are very motivated to catch him because they got another big case that they can't press until he's in custody. So
yeah, well, it is what it is. You know
so like I said, just expect that they'll throw that question in there. Do you know Michael Simone?
No, but I tell them I can get them for them if they want it, because fuck Michael Simone. Not really, but yeah, I don't know him. No idea about him. And
right,
okay, let's working on the ranch first, though, right? We need to figure out the ranch, and so I shouldn't get caught in any crime right now. You think they're gonna fuck me or what?
You should definitely steer clear of anything involving guns. I wouldn't even carry a gun on you.
What about grenades?
Grenades? Yeah, no grenades. None of that stuff.
Like, what can I carry then?
For what?
Like, protection, bro.
Get a bodyguard.
Bodyguard?
Yeah. Just have
what about
someone
a
with
knife?
you who's got a gun. Yeah, you can have a knife. No guns.
No guns. No guns.
Do you have a weapons license?
Nope.
All right. Well, yeah, no guns.
Is, you know, this is the hardest thing to ever do in the city, right? Don't carry a gun when you're leader of a goddamn gang.
Yeah, well, right now it's just gonna add to their case. You get busted up with a weapon on you. They're just gonna add that onto whatever they're gonna charge you with, because it's related, because it's a gun.
But if it's a pistola, cause I'm not a manufacturer of pistolas, only class 2s and up.
Well, you know, if you have to, if you're, you know, if it's fucking, if you gotta protect yourself, you gotta protect yourself. But I would keep it to,
Yes, sir.
class 1.
What about this?
Yeah, probably not that.
But it's legit though. It's a grapple gun, not a gun.
Oh, that's a grapple gun?
Yeah, that's a grapple gun.
Why does it have a fucking suppressor on it?
Cause I'm the manufacturer of it, baby. Built this up with my own hands. Beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
but the
man.
suppressor, I would lose the suppressor.
But I don't know how to lose it, baby, cause I built it up with my own hand. Listen, Murphy.
Fair enough.
All I'm saying is, so do not carry this, you say.
Don't carry that shit around with you.
But I have 40 of them. Fuck. Okay.
Just think of how great the case is gonna go for us if you know, right off the bat, they're like, you know, in the meantime, while we were, you know, presenting these charges, Speedy was caught with a bunch of hand
You know what?
grenades.
You're right. I'm gonna clear everything. I drained my bank account before this meeting, by the way. I just drained
Because
it.
they're gonna be fucking with you in the meantime.
Okay.
They're gonna try to get more busts, guns, more stuff. So just don't give them anything.
But as long as I don't, like, okay. Fuck. Fuck, man. Murphy, we need to save this, man. We need to. Like, there is no other way. We need to, man. It's, like, you have no idea how many people are supplying the city, Murphy. Literally, 50% of the city is supplied by me, man. Motherfuckers out here doing robberies, that's my fucking tools, bro. Me and the other plug. And I even know the other plug. You know what I'm saying?
Well, make sure any potential witnesses know that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, there is no witnesses. That's what I'm saying. If there is any witness, I swear to God, they will not live more than half a day. There is no witness for anything.
good. Makes things a lot neater.
That's what I mean. Like in a correct like perspective, all PD have is a property with a secret thing inside with potential, let's call it a bench, right? Potential bench, but nobody like attached to it, seen going by it. I spoke with Dean and them, and like they said, right? Like what they would do if they were smart would be like setting up a camera and waited a couple hours, then they would probably see me going there do some stuff, you know? But they have no proof. They haven't seen anybody or anything entering the basement or the property at all. All they have is like, this is a property, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And what if I go for expungement? Can I do that while I'm being investigated?
No, they're probably not gonna let you do that.
Fuck.
I mean, you could probably enter into the expungement program and you know, get expunged in the meantime, but then you're just gonna get those charges if you get convicted of anything. Kind of pointless.
And
like,
if somebody comes and takes the blame, what happens?
That could help. It helped.
Would they believe it though?
It helped in your cousin's case.
Would it believe if somebody from VAGOS says that I did it, it's my room, I built it there when Speedy was high all the time? But
it worked in your cousin's case.
But I don't think they would believe me, man. Like they think like
they believed Santi.
Yeah, but when a cousin is fucking in wheelchair, it'll be like, hello. It's different than me, the main fucking leader for years, up in the front doing everything. You get what I'm saying? It's different perspective than a goddamn guy on a wheelchair be like pretending to be senile, you know?
Well, you said you don't engage with the day to day.
I
don't.
Know
what I mean, so you know you could have witnesses to say like what you actually get up to. You know, if you already been popped for it, right? Like if you're doing dumb shit with like Dean and them, right? To say like, yeah, you know, I hang out and goof around with these guys. I'm not even like, to be honest, I'm not even like that involved with the VAGOS anymore. Even though
I can't
past,
because
you know, I've grown.
I can't. If I say that, sadly we live in a gossip shithole city. I go even pretend I'm not leader of the VAGOS, everybody gonna meme and be like, told you bro, Speedy left them in the dark. Like, it's just so much fucking bullshitters in the city, Mr. Murphy. You know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like Mr. K saying like he doesn't represent, you know, Chang'an anymore. Everybody and their mother would cry about it. Be like, whoa, I told you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I'm not saying like, you know, you don't have to put it like that. You can say like, you know, I'm not on the street like I used to be. You know, like I have.
And I don't. And that is a fact. I'm not in the South Side like I used to be. With all due respect, I don't want to fight even one fight in the South Side. When I look at the ballers, I only see losers that they're ready to clap us anytime. When I look at the GSF, I'm like, how the fuck are they even relevant? Like, who the fuck are they in the city? When I look at around me, I just don't like the South Side anymore. Like, I only do this because I want to don't betray my boys. You know what I mean? Like, I literally don't. That's the reason I bought the ranch, because I want to be outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But okay. For
there's
now.
ways to say things and ways
Yeah.
to say things. So like, yeah, you can play up the fact that you've grown and you've branched out and you're not, you're not constantly in the South Side. Not necessarily that you're not involved in VAGOS, but whatever the VAGOS do, you're not dated. You're not like you're doing other stuff with your life too. It's not necessarily.
No, we're not gonna avoid the VAGOS. We're only gonna like avoid like the gun stuff. Yes. So the plan is stay low. Don't fuck my boys, don't get the connection like directed to the VAGOS, criminal world. And you go figure out about the house. And we gotta wait to just see what PD have and then see what case they have and take it from there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And if someone was to like step up and say like, hey, it's all my bad, like, basically like, even if they, if they were to get up there and be like,
well, I can't rate GSF because I'm a leader of another gang, so it will be conflict of roleplay.
We wanted to do this, but we didn't.
Or as we go to it right now. I'm just joking, but yeah, still
like
the same thing.
If they were to come up with a take on it, where like one person's like, I had this opportunity, Speedy, I didn't want Speedy to know about it because he could get in trouble, and I did this shit on the low. That container was mine, like the fucking room was mine. Speedy never knew about anything like that. That could play okay. That could play okay. But since we already did it, right, in your cousin's case, it becomes kind of like less impactful the second time.
Well, this is a way bigger case though, if that makes sense, than
True.
that one. Like it's whole different level, like you say. If this is the first time, like they have managed to find something like this, I feel like it's a whole different case though, like a whole different ball game. They're probably gonna put their A-game detectives and losers on it to make sure I get fucked here. This is what I believe,
Could be. I mean, obviously something of this magnitude, like, it's no longer like, Winston Walker fucking laid a turd in his last case against the VAGOS. So there's no way in hell that he's going to be the lead investigator on this.
Can we somehow
You're
throw
right.
him away from the case?
They're going to swoop in like vultures. They're going to swoop in like vultures because like, oh, this is the biggest shit. We're taking over.
Can we throw away, as long as Winston is off the case and Floppy the flop, I'm happy. That's it. Those are
Actually,
the two ones I don't want on the case.
I would prefer if Winston Walker was on the case.
Well, I guess that is true because he's so dumb. Time. He will just, he'll just fuck it all up. He gets too fucking cocky and then he'll be like, I'm the loser. They throw it away. I see what you mean in that way.
Yeah, so like I'd rather him take the heat because the judges already ripped him a new one in the last case, basically. For the
yeah, I just don't like the guy. He's so confident, like he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't know shit.
He tried to sneak fucking 72-day-old evidence into the case against cousin.
Bro, but that only shows that how long he been spying on us.
And he hasn't found shit.
Yes, that's what I mean. The only reason they found this shit, I'm not gonna lie, Murphy. The only reason they found this shit is because I have no fucking idea, bro. No, my own boy's been in the same basement for 6 months. They haven't found this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was scared that somebody would see me leave and come, but they found it, so I guess I'm gonna become a cop. Find out how they do this, because this is very smart, If I can find people's, stashes like this, I'm gonna become rich.
That's true.
So it's kind of like, But yeah, for now, from your end, please get my ranch safe for now, somehow. Like, you know what I mean?
That's the priority. Usually in cases like this, people are not so concerned about the time. They're more concerned about the assets. So,
Well, I'm concerned about both.
Well, first and foremost, making sure that you don't lose the property.
Yes, sir.
And, if you're going to go down for any of this, that the time is going to be, reasonable.
Yes, sir.
But obviously just making the best effort to just like beat the case, is probably the easiest way to do that. Because again, all they have is a counter narrative to you, which is, each is just as likely.
Yeah. And basically, all they have is like Speedy is the owner of this property, so all this is him. Like literally, that's it. And
constructive
yeah.
possession would support that, but the circumstances around the discovery of these things suggest that, you know, those things were concealed. So the element of concealment and whether or not you are by default provably aware of the concealed area just because you're the owner, you know, that becomes like a, you know, I wouldn't want to be the judge in that case, to be honest with you, because I mean, that's, if I'm the judge listening to this, you know, that's my question to myself when I go to deliberate is, you know, since this area was concealed, how much can they prove that it was not also concealed to the owner of the property? You know, how likely is their argument versus the other? You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna give them headaches, man.
And that's what I mean. Like, there is no way to know this because, you know what I mean? Like, there is, you know, like that room is pretty hidden, man. It's not like you just walk in there and you be like, yeah, that's a trap. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't put my goddamn legacy in there if it was that easy. You know, I would keep it in a goddamn container in a goddamn storage somewhere. You know what I mean? Or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have done the last years. I wouldn't put somewhere like foolish, if that makes sense. So that's why it blew my mind yesterday that I got raided, and it blew my mind even more today that they found it. Like they found the only thing I built 2 years a ranch for to hit. And the first raid they find it. It blows my mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like not even detective work, just randomly going around blowing shit up.
Just randomly going around blowing shit up. I mean, that pretty much just sums it up. That's, police are terrible.
Yeah, but what about us, man? What about us? But I'm just supposed to fucking just take it? Always? Like, no matter what, just take it?
The way the system's set up, cops do whatever
System
they want.
is set up for Speedy's ranch to get taken while others have a fucking vote at their property every day? I feel like that's a goddamn fucking crazy corrupt system, all honesty.
It is. It is incredibly corrupt.
And if I lose this place, Murphy, I don't know anymore what to do, all honesty. It would make my
Dude,
enemies
you remember
happy.
back in the old days when, like, the judges used to talk to people, including, you know, you guys, you know, Southsiders,
Yes.
people in gangs, and listen to them and their problems. Nowadays, all I ever see is judges talking to the police for half an hour at a time about lockdowns and search warrants. And when people come up to them, like non-police, they're like, I'm too busy. I'm too busy.
Yeah. And I just want to point something. I just remember, clearly, I can't lose the ranch. Bro, the Lost had a World War III at their property. Like, with everybody. They were fighting the whole army of the city. They were going their own fucking city. And they still have their property. So clearly, no way I can lose my property for, like, not doing shit when motherfuckers are out here fucking shooting down jets.
Actually, that's good. That's good one
Right?
for the closing. I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah, but like, what the fuck?
I'll have to remember that for later. That'll be a good one to bring up. But yeah, for now we're just wait and see, basically.
But why would the Lost get red card? What the fuck are you talking about? We were there shooting everything. How would it get red card? We were
Obviously, if they
literally
want to
there.
interview you, try to get a hold of me. I'll make sure to be there.
But I think we need to bring that up because, like, this is not towards the Lost. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, people are doing whatever. How would my building be fucking taken away for nothing? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. They might not even try to take it.
They might just try to fool me for me to swear it and then do something stupid, I guess. So, okay, Mr. Murphy. Please figure out, my brother. I normally don't wake up around these hours, but I will start doing this for this case so we can keep up because it is important.
Yeah, I mean, I can be around a lot earlier.
Yeah, but I know, but like I said, I don't want to disturb you with it like that.
No, I've just been taking a couple days off. Usually I'm around earlier.
Yes,
lately, at least on weekdays.
Murphy, go there and give them hell, bro. Get that fucking property back. At least find out, like, what's the reason they're holding it. You know what I mean? See if they leak anything to us.
All right, I'll look into that.
And I make sure to go dump all my stuff that is bad.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
have
lock
anything in
this
my
for
property
you.
anyway, but you know what I mean?
Alright, it should be unlocked.
Mr. Murphy.